What's up, y'all? It's Shania. You know I'm back with another word. Listen, the word for today is that things aren't working out for you in your life because you're overcrowding your schedule. See, I'm like you. I like to do so many things. I'm so good and gifted at so many things in my life. I like to be active in my community. People are always asking me for help. So I'm continually saying yes to things, continually putting myself in different programs, in different communities, in different groups. I'm continually pouring myself out to people, and I run myself dry. And it's because I'm gifted. It's because not only am I gifted, I love to help. Not only do I love to help, but people are continually pulling at me and pulling at my energy. And because I want to give so much, because I know that God has created me to give, sometimes I can't say no. But that leads me to not be able to show up for everybody. That leads me to make promises that I can't keep. That leads me to be overwhelmed and overworked. So the message for you today is that you have to make sure that you prioritize your time. You have to make sure that you're not overwhelming yourself. You have to make sure that you're not putting yourself into too many things. Finish the one thing God told you and called you to. Finish the one thing He told you to do. Finish doing this one project first. Finish being the person that God has called you to be in this season. I know that you want to join this small group. I know that you want to start pouring into this different business. I know that you want to do all these amazing things, but I don't want you to be overwhelmed. And I don't want you to start something that you can't finish and then you feel like you shame yourself and you feel overwhelmed. And I also don't want you making promises to people, making empty promises that you can't keep just because you've overwhelmed your schedule. Sometimes you have to say no to people that have helped you. Sometimes you can't say no because you know somebody needs help. Sometimes you can't say no because somebody has helped you out, so you feel like you have to pay them back. Sometimes you can't say no because you see how bad somebody else is hurting and you want to be the person to show up for them. But if you're overwhelming yourself, you cannot show up for them the way that they need to be shown up for. So again, the message for us today, not just you, but me, is that we have to be very, very sure that we're not overwhelming ourselves. Because the thing about it is we can get so caught up in helping and being there for other people and doing so many different things that there's no room for us to be us. There's no room for us to rest and have peace. And that also means that there is no room for God to not even help us, but there's no room for us to even honor God. You can think you're honoring God with your time, but through helping other people, but you're not ever talking to Him. You're consistently overwhelmed. You're consistently worried because you don't have any time, because you don't have any peace, because you're overwhelmed. And it's because you're putting yourself in too many things that He's never called you to. So, one other thing I wanted to let you guys know is that you may be overwhelmed because you're not asking for help. See, my daughter brought that to my mind just a while ago because I was helping my grandma do something in the kitchen, and she was trying to, you know how people take their dog's paw and they put paint on it and they put it on a piece of paper to do like a memorabilia thing for their puppies. She was trying to do that with my grandma's puppies, and it didn't come out the right way. And she had the dog's wet, painty paw, still wet, and it was making paw prints all over the ground. I was telling her, if you would just have waited and let me help you, it would have come out better. But because you're rushing, because you wanted to see the results right then and thought you could do everything, now there's a mess all over the house, and now it didn't come out the way you like. And not only do we overwhelm ourselves with circumstances, but it's because a lot of time we do things alone. We're not asking for help. We're just trying to do it on our own and moving all fast, and it gets overwhelming us. And then things do not always come out the way we like because we never asked for help, because we didn't wait for help. So, you guys, that was just a revelation that I received. I hope that you and I take this into consideration and actually start using this advice. But We got to ask for help, and we got to stop overwhelming ourselves and learn how to say no. Sometimes the circumstance is a circumstance that is for good reason. People actually do need help. People actually do need people to show up for them, and you really can't because you're already overwhelmed, and you shouldn't feel bad for that. And not because they don't, not, I know they need you, so, or they need someone, but my thing is, you have to realize that you're not God. Whatever you can't do, he will do. He doesn't need you to be everybody's superwoman. He doesn't need you to be everybody's superhero. He shows up and he shows out just because he's him. So allow God to be God in people's lives, and don't feel like you have to be overwhelmed when you can't show up the way that they need, because you're not God, and they will receive the things that they need from him in whatever way that he does it. But just because you can't show up does not mean that these people are going to go without. They have someone to depend on, and it's not you. So I hope that you got something from this, and I love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.